1.05 comes new hunter race combinations. So we've officially already added the Earthen at the beginning of the War Within, but now we've added Drakthir. So in this video, I have 10 more pets for you guys to tame on your hunter regardless of spec. I will put all of the information that you need to capture these pets down in the description of the video. There's some really fun ones, including the first one on this list, and if you guys check out anything, the number 10 pet on this list may not actually supposed to be tamed yet, so be sure and grab it while you still can. So let's go ahead and get started. So don't tell any of the other pets in this video, but the Cloudrook, the first pet of this list, is by far my favorite. As soon as I saw this one in beta, I knew I had to have one. It is a Hippogriff family pet that is found here in the Isle of Dorn. The easiest way to find it is to go just south into the bluff area here of Freywold Village. It's also around Darroztan. I'm sure I said that terribly. And then it's also out there on the island where the Cutthroat is. But you do have to have the Tome of the Hybrid Beast learned on every one of your hunters, or whatever hunter you want to tame this. So I did actually have an Earthen that I've been working on another Earthen specific video for, and I had to go and get the Tome of the Hybrid Beast from our Legion class hall. So you have to complete the Legion campaign. I will put a link to the Tome of the Hybrid Beast item down in the description of the video. But let's go ahead and tame the Cloudrook. Absolutely love these things. They're so cool, so majestic looking, and I love it that you don't have to be Beast Mastery to use this this pet here that honestly looks kind of celestial slash like a spirit beast. But there are 3 different colors. There's going to be a pale, a purple, and then kind of a darker color. I prefer this purple, almost indigo lavender color, but please let me know down in the comments what I should name this pet. I've already got a couple of good ideas, but I would love to see what you guys think. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the second pet on my list, and we're going to go down below into Shallowshell.
Alright, so now we're here for number 2, which is going to be Lytfang the Lost. And Lytfang the Lost is found here in Shallowshell.
Okay, I'm sure that's really bad, but this is going to be the second pet on my list, which is going to be Lytfang the Lost. And like I just said, Lytfang the Lost is found on the west side of the Shallowshell zone, and it is a lynx, but it has the unique distinction of having armor on it, so it does match particularly my Mog right now, since I am using a combination of the Shallowshell Mog. So he is sleeping over here right now, but this is currently the only pet in the game that or at least the only lynx of these new lynxes that has armor on it. It does have the saddle bags, and everything to boot. It almost killed me though. Wow, alright. This thing means business. Let me go ahead and turn off Prowl here really quick. I'm sorry, Moth, but it is what it is. The law of the jungle. Alright, so let's take a look at this beautiful creature here. So super cool, and this is exactly the same version as the mount. Unfortunately, I don't have the mount. I know that's crazy for me. I haven't really gotten lucky with that, but it does look like the mount, so then it's going to be a little bit higher quality than your average pet. But it goes really well if you are running around with a Shallowshell Arathi Mog like I am. If I was a Beast Mastery hunter, I would run with 2 of these bad boys, run with my Mog, and we would be off to the races. But I hope you guys will go pick this one up for your very own, and it does keep the name Lytfang the Lost after you tame it. So we're going to go ahead and check out number 3 on my list, which is going to take us back to the Isle of Dorn to another uniquely named pet and unique model. And the next pet on my list is going to be Plaguehart. I'm going to go ahead and tame Beast here really fast. You can always use a Frost Trap as well. That way you don't get knocked back with that charge. Alright, so I had to go ahead and grab Plaguehart really fast because this one is on a lot of Skinner's runs. So, found here in the Isle of Dorn, just to the south of Dornegal, and it's also right next to the Fungal Folly Delve, which is currently a Bountiful Delve. So I really like Plaguehart because it is a unique model. It's the only one like it in the game currently, and it is one of the shale horns, which is brand new here for 11.0. And this is the only one in the game currently that has all of the fungus growing on it, which makes it unique, and that's the reason it's on our list. And I do really, really like this, and in fact, I like using it on hunters that have tiny models. For example, Greeley, my goblin hunter, or Mechanome. Mechanome uses this one as one of his main pets when he's not using Grong the Revenant. And then fun fact, Glitch actually pointed this out. The top spore, the mushroom there, is actually kind of like a hat. They just literally made the model, which this is all one piece, but then they just kind of like plopped it on there because you can see where the hole kind of is. Funny stuff, but I hope you guys will add this one to your collection. It's usually up about every 30 minutes or so, but good luck finding it whenever the PvP events for the week, the Spark events, are going to be in the Isle of Dorn, since so many people will be after all of the rares. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next pet on my list, and we'll have to head back down into the depths to Azj-Kahet. So I've had a heck of a time trying to track this guy down, but we have at number 4, Xishorr, which I think that's how you say it. Either way, this is a unique model, so it's brand new to the War Within, like a lot of these pets are in this video. But this one is unique, it keeps its name, and then also it is that very, very onyx black color. So it is found here, well technically it's in Azj-Kahet, and then you come to the actual City of Threads, and it's right here in these burrow areas, and it's just up on the wall. It roughly spawns about every 20 to 30 minutes, so it isn't too hard to track down, but it is farmed a lot because people are trying to get quests done, and this rare will do the trick. It has a unique aura about it as well, and if you look at the mouth, it has this red kind of glow on the mouth there as well. It's kind of hard to see on the screen. Maybe if let me zoom in here. Let me move him over here. We'll zoom in just a little bit here. So it's kind of got this little bit of a red glow to the front of it there, but it's just kind of got an aura about it. It's a scary looking thing, so if you have arachnophobia, I'm really sorry. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the number 5 pet on my list, which will be much more important in 11.07 when Jani gets added as a mount. And next up, coming in at number 5, is the Purple Saurid, otherwise known as the Coastal Saurid or Jani, and it is going to be an important model to us in 11.07 because it will match the new meta mount that we're getting for BFA content. So to find this pet that's all over Zuldazar, but the easiest place to get it is just outside of the Seeker's Outpost in Zuldazar, and then the Saurid will be literally just running all over this area. Now, unfortunately, they don't stay this size. I really wish they did. There is this color here, which is like a teal and green, but the one I'm after is purple, which is this one right over here. Let's go ahead and go tame real fast. It's so weird whenever the Saurid gets tamed, it like gets ginormous all of a sudden. There we go. So, like I said, we are getting a new Jani mount, and that will be in 11.07, which we actually got a date for, which will be in approximately 4.5 weeks, so it'll be here before you know it. There's a ton of achievements, and you guys know me, I'm almost done with it. I only have about 2 achievements left, but let's go ahead and take a look at our new raptor pet. I wish that it did stay small. I would love to see what this pet would look like with a small character model. So if Mechanome or Greeley, my goblin hunter, had this one, I would love to see what it would look like. But it's a pretty beautiful model, I have to say. I feel like this has been updated. This doesn't really look like BFA, but maybe it is. It is weird. It doesn't ever blink. But I hope you guys will add this one to your collection, and then we'll be able to ride in style with the mount, hopefully, come 11.07's launch. And now we're going to leave Zuldazar, and we're going to move back over to Azj-Kahet to find the Maddened Siegebomber. And coming up at number 6 on my list is going to be the Maddened Siegebomber. So he's actually a rare here, so I'm going to fly through him really fast and go ahead and start my tame. Gotta be careful of that dive bomb. Does a ton of damage, and they actually, if you end up defeating this pet, he will explode and do massive amounts of damage. I believe this guy can only be level 80. So it is found here in Ashkahet, and it will fly around this circle right here, and it'll just be flying. Unfortunately, it does not fly after you tame it, which is kind of false advertising, but it does keep the name, and it is a rare, so I'm assuming it's going to have roughly a 20 to 30 minute respawn timer, but I couldn't find any definite information on that. But this is one of the new stag shells. There are 4 different colors, and then they all have different options. For example, this one is a teal color, but then it also has the mandibles, the extra long mandibles, and then it has the horn. I picked this one because it does keep its name, so it is a rare. I really like these, and I love the updated model, and you don't see a ton of people using the stag shells, but I appreciate that they are available, and there are so many different options. If you guys are going to go pick one up, which of the 4 colors will you pick up? We've spent a ton of time in the new zones, but let's go ahead and head all the way back to King's Rest for our next pet, which is going to be the Golden Wind Serpent. Much like what we're doing in 1107, my video is kind of like a renaissance for BFA pets. So we're adding another one from the King's Rest dungeon. King's Rest, if you guys are unfamiliar, is found in Zuldazar, and it's all the way to the west of the zone. There's one portal, which is a Tuldazar, which is a completely different instance. You fly over the top of that, and you keep going, and you'll eventually land in King's Rest. From there, you're going to go ahead and just clear everything to the left side and hit the dial here on this dais, and then you kill all the ads, and then it spawns the number 7 pet on my list, which is the Golden Wind Serpent. So I'm going to go ahead and tame this guy here real fast. I really like this model, and I have quite a few of these wind serpents on other videos if you guys have checked out some of my other content over the last couple of expansions. This one isn't the BC version with like the hood and everything, but I do really like this. I like that the little like coif is kind of like a golden dipped just a little bit there. I think that's pretty cool, along with the wings that do have that dip look. Now, this isn't a unique model, but I've been waiting for this one to be tameable for quite some time. I think I even talked about it back when I was doing my Mythic Plus runs in BFA. But I hope you guys will add this one to your collection. It does keep the Golden Serpent name. I don't know. I think that you could you get some sort of gold mog going and have double golden wind serpents. I think that would be pretty cool. But we are actually going to skip going back to Khazalgar like we keep doing, and we're going to head back to Felwood and check out a pet that I really have no idea why it is where it is. Have you guys ever been hunting for a pet and want to know why the heck is this pet where it is? Well, Gezan is that for me. So here at number 8 we have Gezan, which is a warp stalker found in Felwood. So I'm going to go ahead and tame him really quick because I've had a heck of a time trying to tame this guy because of bots that use this area to farm mining nodes and herbs. So it is found here in Felwood, and it's just going to be to the west of Whisperwind Grove along the rock wall here, and it is invisible a lot of time. It will pop out of invisibility every once in a while like you guys just saw, but Gezan is a warp stalker. I do believe that this model did get kind of a refresh, if you will. Let me go ahead and actually look at him. There we go. So whenever they updated the mount that we got for BC Classic, I do think that they went and cleaned some of these up just a little bit, since it is the same model that the mount is. But it's pretty cool. It's I believe this one is a unique color. If not, it is definitely the unique name. And you guys know me, I always love to add unique and rare items and rare pets to these videos. And this was added in 5.2, and they added all of those bonus hunter tames, if you will, and rares to a lot of the classic zones. But but there's nothing too crazy about this guy. I have been spending a lot of time in BC as I was finishing up my Hero of Shatrath Feat of Strength achievement this last week again, and I have to say I do love the Warp Stalkers, and I hope that we'll see more in the coming years and expansions. So we're gonna go ahead and head back over to the Isle of Dorn into Khazalgar to look for, hopefully, the teal hermit crab. And the number 9 pet on my list is going to be a hermit crab. So I've had hermit crabs on my channel and in my videos before, but they took it to a whole new level because there are a ton of options. And the one I'm actually after is this guy. I'm going to name him Tiger's Eye, so I'm going to go ahead and tame him really fast. But this one's really cool because it has that like tiger looking shell, and it has that like blue dipped claw. I really like this one. But there, like I said, are a ton of options. So much so, I think there, last I counted, there was over 40 different options. There are different colored crabs, then there are different color accents, like this one has blue on the claw, for example. Then there'll be different shells, okay. There'll be different shell adornments, like some will have barnacles on them, some of them will have nothing, like this guy. Some will have algae. There is just a ton of options. And there is a rare over there as well. I was actually going to add a Shallowshell to my list, but he wasn't up, but I just see he spawned over there, so I'm going to go ahead and go tame that one as well. That one is a rare, and it's a teal hermit crab. Please don't step on me. Let's go ahead and dismiss this guy. I'm going to fly over there real quick. So we're going to do a 2-for-1 and pick up Shallowshell the Clacker as well. Hey, buddy, you're coming home with me. There we go. So this one doesn't have any accent on the shell either, or like any sort of extra, but this one doesn't keep its name, but this one is my favorite. This one is by far my favorite color. The teal crab really does it for me. I just wish that he had a tiger looking shell as well. But are you guys going to pick up one of these? They have black, red, there is teal, and so many more. And finally, the last pet on my list may not even supposed to be tameable because it is the only color of 4, I believe they added here in the War Within, that is tameable. And it's an aquatic creature, and they're not normally tameable. And it's going to be the Sunken River Eel, specifically the red one. So first off, it's found here in Azkahet, in the lower Azkahet section, and it's just to the north of the Wild Camp Ular flight path. And there's a couple of different ones. They're kind of down here in the water as well. It's interesting that the actual picture of the mob itself is tan and not red, but for whatever reason, the red one is the only one that's currently tameable. Let's go ahead and tame this guy real fast. I really like it because it's an updated model. I'm not really big on eels, if I'm being completely honest with you, but I love the electric look. That lightning on there is so cool. Let's take a look at it. I love the fell green eyes. I know he's camera shy. Something I did notice, the spikes on the back and the teeth are actually the exact same color as the rest of the body. I don't know if that's intended. I don't think it is, but I also don't think they intended for us to tame this, at least not yet. But I hope you guys will go pick one up for your very own. I think I'm going to name mine Bazap or something like that. Be sure and let me know down below what you are going to name yours. But that's all I have today, so thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Be sure and follow me over at Twitch at twitch.tv/MrEggplant. I'm going to have another video for specifically Earthen Hunters, and then one for specifically Drakthir Hunters. I cannot wait to share those videos with you guys. I have more Mythic Plus runs out very soon. I'm also going to have some more Dark Ranger content, which will include a Dark Ranger only Marksman Hunter guide. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.